What's the crack, lads? My name is Irish and welcome to the very first video here on the Krusty Kraft Season 7 server here on Bedrock Realms. This is going to be quite a lengthy video because in this video what I want to do is I want to go around the entire server and I want to tour every single build built by everyone on this server. I'm going to do one very large video and tour every single build on the server. So do you know what? I think we're going to get straight into it. The first thing that I want to tour is my own starter base, and as you can see it's a really tall wizard tower. I think this turned out really nice and I have a fantasy oak tree here and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. There's an enchanting room. We've got myself quite a messy storage room, and if we head on around over here it's just a quick little furnace array. That is my starter base. There's nothing up there and the dragon in the background just adds to it. The next house is by its Renshaw, and it's a really cool looking house design and it is his starter house as well. It's a very, very quaint little house. We'll close that door there. He's got himself a puppy, his essential crafting area, and then down here he's got himself a really cool storage area with a bunch of barrels. Like, look at the size of this, it's absolutely incredible. The next house on the server that I want to tour is by BritishLad, and I have to say that I absolutely love the design that he's gone here. He's even got himself netherite blocks for decoration, which is fantastic, but this is an absolutely beautiful build. The next house that we're going to tour is by Mumbo, and this is like a watermill house and it looks really, really sweet with a nice little bridge going on over here, but he's got his bare essentials. But if we head on down here, really nice little storage area with his shulker boxes, his XP farm. It's a really nice little house and it's quite spacious as well. If we turn to the left here and we go down this really, really nice pathway designed by the Mighty Chops, we'll come to his house as well. I really like the interior in here. It's very simplistic, but it functions really, really well. Here is the storage room, and I think this is a rather cool design, having the storage room inside the tower. It's a really cool looking house and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with this. Noah's house is a rather cool looking design. These are his water elevators. So if we head on down here, I believe he has his storage room in here, and I really like the design here with the barrels indented into the wall. This is a really cool looking starter house. The next starter house on the list is by Yeedil. Listen to this. It's a fully functional bell and I absolutely love it. Very modern style and I really like it. And he's got himself a really cool storage room. If we head on downstairs, he's got himself a swimming pool, which is really cool. Here it looks like he's got himself a ladder, and here is his bedroom. This is a very, very cool house. I really like the design of this. It's very, very cool. And this Japanese oriental build is by LilBrenBurns. The interior is fully done. It's very, very compact, but it's very detailed as well. Just over here we've got himself a really nice kitchen. So there's loads of storage in here with shulker boxes and a bedroom. Beautiful house designed by LilBrenBurns. This huge house is designed and built by H. Gosling. It's a very, very cool design. The next area on the server that we're going to tour is by TheTeknicalTek. If you see behind us, this isn't a naturally occurring cliff. Ted built this entire cliff by hand, all by himself. If we head on in here, this is his storage room. He has got every single type of block in the game in this one area, and it's really, really nice. This is definitely a very cool storage room. The next starter house that we're going to go and take a look at is by Looting Larry, and Looting Larry is a new member on the server. Like, this is a starter house to a brand new player on the server, and it is absolutely, like, it's so compact with detail and the overall design is absolutely beautiful. And here we have us greatest mega mansion. It is absolutely huge. This is a really cool design and it utilizes so many different block variants, especially the wood, and I love the design. The carpet design is really, really intricate and it's quite cool as well. It's a very open design, but this is a very, very cool build and I cannot wait to see what Oss does with this. We are going to be coming back to this house very, very soon. The next area on the server is probably one of my favourite areas here on the server because of the theme. This is by MKV West, and this is an absolutely spectacular build site, and it's very, very cool. He's got himself a really nice clock tower, he's got himself a house, he's even got himself a blimp, and he's got himself a docking station over here for the blimp, and I believe this was designed by Ted Stickles as well. And he's also come along and he's done the interior. The interior, again, is absolutely phenomenal. And just over here we've got a steampunk crane by MissAmbie going down into a slime farm. And just over here we have the TheTeknicalTek's very first starter base. I really, really like this area of the server. If we head on over here, we come across Night Angel's starter house, and this is a really cool starter house. It's like an underground cave system, like an abandoned mineshaft, and it's mixed in with a sewer design as well. He's got himself a really well established starter house. He's got his pumpkin and melon farm. He has got himself a really cool storage area with his chests and his barrels. And here we come across a skeleton farm. As you can see, there's a skeleton grinder. Just over here, he's got himself an enchanting station with the grindstones, anvils, and some storage. This is definitely a really well established starter base, so well done, Knight. This beautiful mushroom base has been designed by Zyode. I love the way he has done his storage room, and he's got himself some water features as well. Really cool mushroom base designed by Zyode. I've saved the best for last. This enormous dragon by Bones and Creepin. They built this entirely on survival mode, and they've been at this since day one. Also, believe it or not, they wanted to build a second dragon. The second dragon is going to be opposite this one, so it looks like that the dragons are going to be fighting in the middle of spawn. Spawn has turned out to be absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to see how much it progresses in the future. But for now, let's move on to the next part of the server tour. That we're going to tour is the Black Market. And the Black Market is a shopping district located at spawn for everyone to come and do their shopping and build shops and sell items that they have gathered on the server. I designed the Black Market and dug it out, and it is free for anyone to use, and anyone can come in here and claim a plot and sell what they like and design the shop however they want. The Black Market is most definitely the center point of the server, and it is the busiest area on the server as well. This shop here is by Bitty Cypress, and he is selling enchanted books. This shop here is by H. Gosselin, and he is selling ender pearls and bottles of enchanting. This lovely shop is by BritishLad, and he is selling different various blocks. This very colourful shop is by Mumbo, and he is selling the different dyes. This lovely shop here is by The Mighty Chops, and he is selling the different types of leaves. MK's wonderful shop, and he is selling all of the different types of logs. This is my shop, and I am selling all the different types of redstone components. This is Bren's shop, and he is selling enchanted golden apples, and shulker boxes. This is Renshaw's evil shop, and he is selling all the nether items and end items. This beautiful shop is designed by Luton Larry, and she is selling the nether items as well. This handy little shop is designed by Bones, and he is selling all the different blocks that you see on the walls and floors. This beautiful blue shop is designed by Ted, and he is selling all of the different prismarine and cyan coloured blocks. This rather simplistic lovely shop is designed by Night Angel, and he is selling different types of items with different stock all the time. This lovely shop design is designed by TheTeknicalTek, and he is selling different various blocks. This is MissAmbie's lovely ore shop, and she is selling all the different types of ores. There is a second layer to the shopping district, so let's head on down. Because the shopping district was so popular, we needed to expand, so we expanded down further. This very colourful shop is designed by Luton Larry, and she is selling all the different types of terracotta. This is MK's shop, and he is selling fireworks. This is the Book Nook, designed by Ted Stickles, and he is selling every single enchanted book. This shop design is designed by LilBrenBurns, and he is offering landscaping services. Here we have got a communal mending station. Here we've got Glassfamy, designed by TheTeknicalTek, and he is selling the different types of glass. This is Noah's shop, and he is selling different types of blocks, including terracotta, concrete, sand, gravel, and stone. This shop design is designed by Yoi, and he is selling all sorts of different types of blocks. This beautiful shop design is designed by BritishWratch, and he is selling loads of different types of blocks, and the store goes back into here, and it is very, very beautiful. BritishWratch has also got a second shop, and he is selling all the different types of coral blocks and underwater blocks as well. And that's it for the black market. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to the next part of the server tour. The first area that we're going to tour is the industrial district built by myself and BritishLad. So over here we have got ourselves a creeper farm. This creeper farm is 10 layers in total and covers a 5 chunk area. It is quite an efficient creeper farm. As you can see, we've got quite a lot of gunpowder, and this creeper farm took quite a long time to build, and it is very, very resource heavy. The other farm that we have in the industrial area is a gold farm designed by Navy Nexus, and this is a really, really good gold farm. In about 12 hours of full AFK, I get about 16 stacks of gold blocks. I am very happy with the way this has turned out. My future plans for the industrial district is to have farms going off in each direction from this island here, and to have smaller farms in between. The next area that we're going to be touring is an industrial district built by Broken Bone 623, and here, as you can see, he has got himself a rather well functional iron farm. This huge farm here is an amazingly big nether wart farm, and he used this farm to contribute to the dragon that we saw at spawn, and it is a fully AFKable nether wart farm. It looks really, really cool so far, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what he does next. The next industrial district that we're going to take a look at is by MKV West, and down here he's got himself a really, really cool AFK tree farm. So it looks like what happens is the snowballs hit the wither, and the wither gets really, really annoyed, and it blows up all of the trees that get pushed into this area here. And there it goes. It's a very, very cool design. The next thing that MK has got in his industrial district is he's got a really, really cool creeper farm, just like my industrial district, but he built his one first, and it looks really, really cool with the way everything is hooked up so neatly and tidy. He's got his AFK platform up here, and he's got his creeper farm with his tridents over here as well. This is definitely a very, very cool industrial district, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does in it next. The next area on our list is TheTeknicalTek's industrial district, and he has got a really, really large and quite complex industrial area, and it's probably one of the most established areas on the server in terms of farms. So here, as you can see, he's got himself a trident killer, and this is for his guardian farm. If we take a look just down there at the bottom of the ocean, you can see the Guardian Temple. While he's AFK at his Guardian farm, he's also got himself an iron farm. If we followed this railway track all the way over to the other side, you'll see that he's got himself a villager breeder, and this has come in very, very handy because he has got himself an absolutely brilliant villager trader. He has got all of the different villager types here, and all of the trades are reduced down to the absolute minimum. He's got every single librarian with all of the different book trades. Even at the top here, he has got himself all of the stone cutters to get all of the different types of terracotta. Ted's area has definitely turned out to be an amazing part on the server, and the amount of work that has been put into this, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what he does with the industrial district in the future. But for now, let's head on to the next part of the server tour. The first base that I want to tour on the server is by the Mighty Chops, and he has got himself a desert base, or a kind of like an Arabian or an Egyptian type base, and it looks absolutely beautiful. I love the amount of detail that he's put into this, and the amount of blocks that he's used and different variants of blocks he puts together is absolutely phenomenal. Just from this area, it looks absolutely beautiful. Chops isn't very active on the server at the moment, but hopefully he will come back again and he'll be able to build some more stuff onto this base, because it looks absolutely beautiful so far. Inside this house here, it looks like he's got himself a few bits and pieces, and he's got plenty of dogs and cats. So he's got himself furnaces, anvils and everything. And just on up here he's got himself a bedroom, and it just looks beautiful. Small little bedroom, nice and quaint, elegantly designed, and I love the use of the leaves here. Absolutely beautiful. This house just down over here, it's very, very spacious. He's got himself a few barrels, chests and bookcases. And on the balcony just over here, he's got himself a lovely view of the little houses around here. And the house over here is really nicely designed as well. It's a very open concept design. It's a very spacious house. From the outside it doesn't look too big, but from the inside it looks fabulous. And again, the view from the outside or from the top is very, very nice. The amount of space that he's got here is beautiful, and there's so much potential at this base. And the last house at the base I want to quickly have a look at. It's a very open design, and I really like it. The balcony as well, and I don't believe he's finished, but I think this looks really, really nice. It appears that there's multiple houses in this one building, and I think that's a really cool idea. Hopefully someday Chops will come back to this place and add on a few more bits and pieces as well, because I would absolutely love to see an area decorated with these types of houses. It looks beautiful. It really, really does look beautiful, and I think a base with this house design, it would end up looking really, really nice. It just looks absolutely fantastic. Really, really well done. The next base that we're going to tour is Broken Bones 623. Bones, where are you at?
I'm up here building the dragon. I'm coming down right now. Here, I'm coming in right now. Ow! Just went right on my foot.
What an entrance, what an entrance. Would you like to take the lead and show me around?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look inside. Come on in. I have to give credit to Ted. I actually paid Ted to do my interior. This is our kitchen. Look at this place. This is so cool.
This is so cool. It's so compact, and it has like all of the essentials.
And then check this place out. Like the little dining room, got a wine barrel. It was spewing out wine. This is the viewing room. This is what he calls the viewing room. If you come back here, you got a good view of MissAmbie's crane over there, and over here you got a great view of MK's steampunk base.
Oh wow!
Right, and this is the map room. We want to have a place where we have the map, and so
yeah, definitely, and it's a good place to have it actually, because you have the space here. And oh, cool!
This is my cannabis room. This is my cannabis room. These are all my pot plants. Yeah, and then we got an aquarium here. There was a bunch of fish in there.
And they're all gone.
I think they're all dead. This is where you feed them at, though. So we have a spot to feed them. We just don't feed them. And then we got your choice of bongs right here, and then flavored bong water.
Oh wow, this is cool.
This is our kickback room. So if you look behind you, I've got a TV there. You can sit in the couch.
This is cool.
You can sit in the couch, right? And then you have the bong and some nugs here to pack in the bong. All right.
This is probably the single best storage system that you've ever had on any server, I would assume.
I could definitely agree with that. This is definitely one of the most beautiful ones I've had.
All of this is nether, then all of this is kind of like color, and then redstone.
This is color, redstone, and a nether, and then that's just the end. This is farms.
It's a really cool system, and I'd say it functions really well.
This is a special room. This is the little crafting area that we have inside of this area. So this is where I get my XP from. I just turn that lever on, flick it back off, pull something out of the...
Oh, yes. Well, and this is probably the most famous spot on the server. What is this? Do you care to explain?
This is the Bone Zone.
Oh, yeah?
Me and Creepin share this base, so we both sleep here.
We'll leave it to the imaginations of the viewers to know what's going on there. And you've got yourself a really cool enchanting area here as well.
Let's go down one floor. This room isn't decorated yet. This is the farming area. So we have a basalt generator. We have a stone and cobble gen. We have a chicken cooker that I destroyed because of the lag. I have a kelp farm. I have a kelp farm up there. I have a super smelter. And then on this side over here, we have our sugarcane farms. And then another kelp farm that is automatic that I've kind of let break since we have the new zero tick farm. This is our bamboo farm. This thing literally just fired, and I need to do something about the overflowing part.
What is your end goal for this season? Like, this server is going to last, I'd say, for another year and a half. Or like, what map
So-
would you like to leave on the server before Season 8?
So what I want to do is I want to fill this entire room out with more farms. I want to have like lag-free farms in here that when they're turned off, they don't cause any lag, so that way it's safe to have it spawn. With the decorating part, I want to have like more nether themed. I want to have the warped Nalium and the crimson.
Right.
And I want to have one side crimson and one side warped Nalium and have it collide in the middle.
I'm going to have a quick fly around the base, and just to get it all in, it's a phenomenal build. And tell me, what inspired you to build this kind of style house? There's a story behind it.
Yes, there is. So season four of Long Lost server, and on that server I built a similar style house. It wasn't this house; it was just similar. And what was similar about it was the roof, the tall roof. Everybody called it a toothpick because it was so narrow. That. So this season I made it slightly bigger. I made it wider. And then I also put a front porch on it.
Dude, thanks very much for showing me around the base. It's really, really cool, and I cannot wait to see what you do in the future. I'm definitely going to be coming back here in another 3 months' time and doing a tour of the base.
Definitely, dude. Definitely, yeah. Thanks for doing this tour idea. This is a good idea. Yes,
right, so, dude.
Well, I know you're on a time crunch, so go ahead and fly on over to the next base, and I will catch you on the next one, dude. Thanks for touring mine.
Dude. No worries. Take
later,
care.
buddy.
Alright, so the next base that we're going to have a look at is Bobo's, and Bobo is just on down here. How are you doing, Bobo?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Not too bad. This is a really cool looking base. Yeah, so what's the point of it?
Well, this is my sign. I just thought that everybody should know that Bones is a bitch.
Well, that's very, very good. Alright, thanks for your time. We're going to move on to the next base.
See ya.
So the next base on the server that we're going to tour is BritishWratch's amazing Mega Tree and his Dwarven base, and we've got BritishWratch in the party here with me today. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm great, not too bad.
Dude, you've got yourself an amazing tree over here. Is it something that you've wanted to do for a while, or have you done Mega Trees in the past?
I've done smaller trees. I just wanted like a nice backdrop for like the spawn area. I want to add some more leafage to it. It's a bit sparse on the leafage at the top, and the interior really needs some work.
What kind of plans have you got for this place?
I'm thinking I want to have some sort of water feature in place, but it's just very awkward because of the lack of space. But you can see I've started fiddling around with it.
If we head on up here to the canopy, there's quite a large amount of space up here, isn't there?
I was thinking about laying out a balcony here, try and make it so there's like a place to stand, maybe put some furniture in place, maybe make like a little miniature base up here.
It's really, really cool. And the vines as well.
Yeah, I try not to put too many of them because they can become a bit too cluttered if you put too many vines in place.
Yeah, I absolutely understand. And you've been working on a second base as well. Over there you've got yourself a massive volcano. Do you want to head on over there and take a quick look?
Yeah.
This is absolutely huge.
Took some work. Definitely took some work to do.
I can well imagine. And what kind of plans have you got for this area?
I'm going to remove the top, the stone, this layer of stone. Underneath here, which I can show you quickly, is a hint at the Dwarven Kingdom, and that's going to be the magma core.
That's the magma core, is it? So that's where like all of the magma will be like kind of stored and like eventually shoot up.
Exactly, yeah. I was going to have this is all going to break away, and I'm debating whether to have the volcano erupting or just sort of overflowing.
On top of the cliff that Ted built, it looks absolutely fantastic. It looks as if it's meant to be there, which I really, really like. And down there, you're working on a dwarven city, and I'm absolutely egging to go and see that. The amount of detail that has been put into that single tower is absolutely phenomenal.
I wanted to showcase what the builds would look like on one particular outstanding structure before I finished or made a start on the rest of the kingdom.
Okay, so what I understand is this is kind of like a template. Like a template for the rest of the base.
Exactly, yeah.
From this angle it looks amazing with the entrance to the dwarven city and then the volcano in the background.
That was what I was going for. I was trying to line it all up so there's a nice backdrop when you approach the structure.
That's incredible.
Obviously, on the inside here is a bit bare bones. I literally just started working on the flooring.
And is that like an aqueduct, like a lava aqueduct?
It's going to be, yeah. So the idea is I was going to have several of those spread out around the city. I mean, I'm working on several designs in the creative world, trying to figure out exactly which design I'm going to go for.
What kind of plans have you got for this area? Is it going to be like a huge dwarven city, like with skyscrapers, or is it going to be like small little houses?
I think it's the latter. I'm going to have more smaller structures, but I'm also going to have like foundry works and make it look very industrial.
So are these builds going to represent kind of like functioning stuff, like say a super smelter or an enchanting room, or is it all for decoration?
I think it's mostly for decoration, but I was working on an idea about making something more functional. I mean, I've got a zombie spawner just over there, which I'm going to maybe put something like a haunted little build, like a build of like zombies walking in and out of it. So
it's an amazing area, to be honest. I'm just having a fly around the volcano and having a look at the cliff as well, and just taking it all in. It's definitely a really, really cool build.
I think the biggest time consuming will be filling in the other side of the mountain.
I can only imagine the amount of resources you're going to need to fill this in.
Honestly, I'm enjoying myself building it as well, which is what really matters.
I see there's something over here. What have you got planned over here?
So I'm just planning on building some sort of aesthetic entrance to the Dwarven Kingdom. I was going to build a wheat field, windmills.
So it's going to be, it's kind of like a town of some sort, kind of going up into the city entrance. Is it going to act as like a facade, or is it going to be functional, or is it just just decoration?
No, yeah, just the decoration, really.
It's pretty amazing. Thank you for showing me around, and definitely looking forward to seeing how it turns out in the future. So the next base on the server that we're going to tour is a base by TheTeknicalTek, and I've got Tech here in the party with me today. How are you doing, Tech?
Doing okay.
This is a really, really cool base, Tech, that you've got here. I really, really like the amount of detail that you've put into it. The house is absolutely huge. What inspired you to build such an amazing house?
I wanted to break away from like my usual building style and actually do something different with this.
Absolutely, and the amount of detail in it looks really, really good. And it's a very strange block palette, don't get me wrong, but the way you put it together, it looks really, really nice. It's a nice gradient from the brown, green to grey. It's a very nice colour combination. So over here, I noticed that there's a little hut. Is this solely for decoration, or does it have a purpose?
It's just decoration, and after what I've been thinking about doing with lately, I might take it down because I might put something else there that serves a purpose. This is just a decoration. It's supposed to be like a hangout room. There's a campfire, books, a jukebox, and all that stuff in there.
When you say you want to take it down, what would you replace it with? Would it be a similar style to your house type of hut, or would it be something entirely different?
I'm not entirely sure what I want to put there yet, but I want to put houses like that between my house and the portal. And
going onto the portal, actually, you've recently just built this, and I have to say you've done an amazing job on this. You built it yesterday, so just in time for the world tour. It's an absolutely beautiful design. I'm dying to take a look on the inside. Do you mind if we go in and have a look?
This floor was originally just like really, it was just all cleared out, and it bugged me because I had no purpose for this floor, so I built a library in here and put an enchantment table in the middle.
And it's a really nice little interior design. It definitely matches the exterior and brings everything together. It's a really, really cool idea. Over here, you've got an empty space. Have you got any plans for, say, this area here?
Not currently. I don't know what to build here, but if I build something here, it's going to be left open. Down here, I have my room with all my smelting stuff in it. I was thinking of moving all this stuff up and doing something different with this room. My bed is in here, so I sleep down here too.
This is a really nice design. I really like the colour pattern that you have on the wall over there, and the bookshelf looks really, really cool. So have you got any other plans down in this part of the base?
No, the portal used to be right here. I'm going to be honest, it's kind of annoying for me to organize things without signs, because a lot of times I have to come in here and look through half of the barrels before I know where to put something.
Have you got any plans to decorate this room as well, or is it going to be left as is?
I don't have any actual plans, but I might try to put stuff on these two walls to make it look like there's something, like maybe put some shelves or something.
So coming back outside, I just wanted to take a quick look around here. Because you're situated in a jungle, you've got a really nice flat area here. I'd say it took a really long time to clear out this area. Have you got any plans for future terraforming projects?
Not exactly. I kind of like how big the area is now. I plan on like building a little village going off of this pathway and being on this side of the statue in my house, like around here, in the style that my main house is in. Something I added last minute to the wolf statue, I added soul soil in its eye and then put glass over it. I'll make it look like it has glowing eyes because I kind of like that.
Yeah, definitely. It looks really nice, and I love the way it matches the beacon beams as well. Alright, Tech, I just want to say thank you very much for showing me around your beautiful base, and I cannot wait to see what you do in the future. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to head on to the next part of the server tour. So the next area on the server that I want to tour is a place that I like to call Cyber City, and it is a base designed by myself and Mumbo, and I'm absolutely thrilled with the way it has turned out so far. There are so many builds and there's so much detail in it, and there's so much potential inside this base so far. Mumbo, what do you think of the base so far?
Yeah, I think it's come along quite well in such a short time, but we have a very long way to go, don't we?
Absolutely.
So the main idea with this base is that we are thousands of years into the future on a Mars-like alien planet where humans have come, colonized, and built a futuristic city based around cyberpunk and modern.
The first build at the base that I'd like to tour is the Nether Portal inspired by F-Whip, and I'm absolutely thrilled with the way this has turned out. The next build that I want to tour in Cyber City is the tower over here, and this tower functions as 3 farms in one large area. It functions as a flower farm, a dye farm, and it also functions as a wool farm. If we head around to the back of the tower, there is a little opening just around the back here, and this is the main entrance into the tower. Each floor has got a different colour, and each floor has also got a flower farm, a dye farm, and a wool farm. So as you can see, each floor has got a different colour according to the different colour flowers and the different dyes available on Minecraft. This tower took a total of 2 weeks to design in creative mode, gather the resources, and then build in survival mode. I'm super happy with the way this tower has turned out, and I really like the design of it, and I feel it fits into the city really well.
Alright, so the next building we want to show you here in Cyber City is the cactus farm that I designed and created here right on the server, so if you come with me.
I really like the fact that when you fly around to the back of the tower, you can see straight into the cactus farm. That's a really cool design.
Yeah, man, it kind of gives that like greenhouse effect. Like
absolutely. I absolutely love the design of the front of the tower. What made you come up with such an intricate and such a detailed design?
I just kind of like thought about, I don't know, like leaves and shit, you know?
Should we head on inside and we'll have a look?
Yeah, man, you can have. I can't say that. I can't put that in. You can't put me saying yeah, man. You can't put me saying yeah, man. Please don't do that to me.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, very limited inside space, but just a little collection system.
How many drops per hour would you reckon you'd get?
Maybe like 2 stacks an hour on a good day.
I genuinely really like the design of this tower, Mumbo. You've done an excellent job. Have you got any other designs in mind that you want to do for skyscrapers in the future in Cyber City?
Yeah, I've been looking at some more sort of cyberpunk inspired towers in creative, and I'm looking forward to building them on the server.
Over here we've got a biodome. It doesn't serve any function, but I'm really happy with the way it has turned out. The one thing that I'm really fond of about the base is the amount of decoration that there are around the buildings. There's a lot of features and builds inside Cyber City that don't necessarily serve any function, but rather are there to look and bring the city to life. And that is the purpose of these pumps and the pipes here, and I'm really happy with the way they've turned out. The last structure that I want to tour in Cyber City is this beautiful ship designed and built by Garrett 2BY4, and I'm absolutely thrilled with the way this has turned out. This took a total of 27 total playing hours just to build in survival mode, and that is excluding the amount of time it took to gather the amount of resources necessary to build this ship. The reason why I wanted to build such a large ship is so that I could have a place to be able to store all of my belongings and Mumbo's belongings as well in one central storage system. As we come in here, you can see that there is quite a large amount of space just inside the ship here, and this is all going to function as a very large storage system. A suggestion that Mumbo had that I really like and that I definitely want to take into account is designing and building a few more ships surrounding this one to create a fleet, and I believe that would look really cool, having a fleet right in the center of the city. Overall, I am super happy and super proud of the structure that I was able to build. So what future plans have you got for this base, Mumbo?
Well, I think we'd like to make some more skyscrapers and fill out the sort of barren land here.
Absolutely. I've got a few skyscraper designs in mind that I think would look really cool, especially beside your cactus farm just over there. I think a really tall skyscraper would look really cool. And one thing that I have in mind as well that I'd love to do in the base is have futuristic windmills or wind turbines on top of that mountain up there, with piping going down into the generators and linking up everything. And again, as mentioned earlier, the fleet as well surrounding the ship. I think that would look absolutely amazing. So far with this base, I'm absolutely delighted with how it has turned out. I'm so motivated and I'm so inspired to just keep on building onto this base, just building more and more towers and more structures and just making this into such an amazing futuristic cyber city base.
Yeah, we've got some real potential and I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can do.
Absolutely, and I cannot wait to be able to add some more features onto this build, but for now, let's head on to the next area of the server. The next base that we're going to be touring on the Krusty Kraft server is this beautiful swamp base built by Mr. Ted Stickles, and this place is absolutely phenomenal. There's so much detail no matter where you look in this base, and I cannot wait to show you guys around. Ted has got 4 main structures here in the base, and I'm going to go around to each one of them and I'm going to show you what is inside each of them. The first house that we're going to come up to is a really cool super smelter, and this super smelter can smelt items so fast and is definitely very handy. If we head on up here, you can see the redstone that is required for this machine. Over here, he's got himself a kelp farm. The exterior of this build is absolutely beautiful. What I love most is the roof, and it caves inwards in the center and the spirals at the top over there. And I love the porch here out the front as well. It's a very nice looking house. The second structure we're going to look at looks really beautiful from the outside. Coming in on the inside, he's got himself a little interior here, and it looks really cool. It's actually really cozy in here. Heading on up the stairs, he has got himself a beautiful dining area, and look at the amount of detail that's been put into this. He's got the banners for the cushions on the back of the chairs, and he's got item frames as well with food in it as well, and he's got himself a little study area here in the dining room as well, and it looks absolutely fantastic. The amount of detail in this little structure here is beautiful. Definitely one of my favourite features of this base is the terraforming and the detail as well that has been put into this terraforming. I personally love terraforming, and it is one of my favourite things to do on Minecraft, and this field over here is just the prime of terraforming. There are so many different blocks and there are so many different crops as well inside the field that it just brings everything together, and the way he's done all of the patchwork and all of the water in the middle makes it look like it's a marshy area, and I think it looks really nice. This is the third structure of the base and it looks absolutely fantastic. If we head on in through the front door, we can see that it is a bee farm, and it's quite a large bee farm and it produces a load of honey, and this is definitely a really cool feature, how he's encased an entire bee farm in a really beautifully designed building. And if you head in through this door over here, you can see all of the redstone necessary for this bee farm. This is definitely one of the most beautiful bee farms I've ever seen. The fourth and final structure of the base is a really nice one. I love the arched detail here, and I love the front of the build. It almost looks like a barn, and for good reason as well. It's because it functions as a sheep farm, and this is an automated sheep farm, and the way he has laid it out is really good. As you can see, he definitely gets plenty of wool here from the sheep farm. I'm genuinely astonished at how much has been done on this base in just such a short time. It is absolutely beautiful. It is so elegant and so quaint, and I cannot wait to see what Ted does with it in the future. This base has got so much potential. With all of that being said, however, we're now going to move on to the next part of the server tour. Base on the server that we're going to tour is a base by LilBrenBurns, and I haven't seen a single block of his base, so this is going to be my initial reaction to his mega base. Holy cow!
This is my Riverside Asian village.
Wow! This
you can
is
see what I'm
absolutely
going for.
Beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
Dude, this is incredible. The crane and the nether portal, that is really, really cool. Dude.
Thank you, thank you.
This is sick. And you've got yourself cherry blossoms as well, and all different sorts of building style techniques. Like, this is stunning.
Yeah, man, and it's only going to continue. So what I'm planning is like a Romeo-Juliet situation. Probably going to take this roof down and make it red, and then the other side over there, across the bridge, is going to be blue. So I got that red versus blue dynamic going on.
Wow, this is absolutely stunning. You're going to have to show me around each of the buildings and just tell me like, what's going on here and what you've got planned. This looks
well,
really
none of
good.
them are furnished yet, so they all look kind of bad. But
but the exterior, on the other hand, looks absolutely phenomenal. Like, what inspired you to build this base?
So last season in season 6, this is what I wanted to do, and you know I wasn't as good at building as I am now, so I figured I might as well just give it a shot again.
This is multiple pagodas and cherry blossoms and bridges, and this place, it tells a story. This is really, really nice.
Yes, I have a story in mind too. So, the name of the town is called Kahan, which translates into Riverside Market. This is going to be a marketplace of sorts. I got my restaurant here that I'll go ahead and furnish. This is probably going to be like a little shop or a little home. And then we'll have all our residential houses, buildings, maybe a hotel, all back here. It's going to be an import village of fish, wool, probably. We got lots of flowers. It's going to be agriculture. So I have a story behind it, and I'm hoping it works out well.
This is beautiful. Really, really beautiful. What are your future plans? How would you like to expand the base?
What are my future plans? Well, right now, what I'm working on is this backside. I'm trying to get a whole bunch of houses up back here. I want my temple back. So I'm going to start working way back here to get my temple up on this hill. All up on that hill. I'm going to clear out that tree area and then have the temple way up there so you can see it from down here. You can see it from across the river. You can see it from pretty much anywhere. That's my goal, is you can see it.
So it's kind of like the focus point of the base is going to be the... is it a temple or a pagoda?
I'm going to do a temple. I'll have pagodas sitting around. Like I have a pagoda planned to go on that hill and over there as well. The
one thing I've noticed as well, and I really, really like this, the amount of houses and the amount of buildings and structures that are located in the base, and very, very early on as well. Are these buildings going to be functional, or are they purely for aesthetics?
They'll be functional. I'm planning on getting villagers in here. They'll probably just be villager houses, but some of them will have a function like a storage house, or you know, I plan on making a bamboo farm back in this area because this will be the farming, all of that.
Okay, so you have it kind of categorized or mapped in your head as to where you want to place your, say, different districts. So you've got your villager, trader, your residentials, and your industrial area as well. That's really, really cool. What's this little structure here? This kind of piqued my curiosity.
This is going to be another crane. So I'm going to do another crane with a giant box floating over the river.
Well, I can definitely tell you, Bren, from the air, the base looks absolutely phenomenal.
Great, good. That's what I'm going for.
Definitely looks really, really good.
So yeah, this is what I got going on. This is my area.
I love the cherry blossoms. The cherry blossoms are beautiful. They're really, really nice. Have you got any other like tree plans or tree designs that you want to put in the base, or is it all going to be mainly this type of style?
There is one more tree that I want to make. They're blue. They're blue trees. And I'm really excited to see how to tackle that myself. It's very interesting, and I want to recreate it. So I'm going to have a mix of cherry blossoms. I'm going to have a mix of regular trees, and a mix of blue conifer trees are.
Alright, Brent, I just want to say thank you so much for showing me your beautiful area here. I cannot wait to see what you do with it in the future. It's definitely got so much potential and it is an absolutely incredible looking base. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the next part of the server tour. So the next base on the server that we're going to tour is this beautiful mansion built by MissAmbie, and I've got MissAmbie here in the party with me today. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Hello.
You've done quite a beautiful mansion here. What inspired you to build in a modernistic style?
I've always loved building modern. I look on Google and I get a lot of inspiration from there.
This is beautiful. I love the amount of detail that you put into it, because usually modern is very simplistic, but you've added so many different block variants I can see here. It's a really, really nice house design. And just over there on the top, you've got yourself a helicopter. What motivated you to build a helicopter on your base?
I just saw a video on YouTube. I saw like how the luxury live, and they have helicopters on top usually.
And flying around your base, it's a really large house. Have you got any plans to expand your house, or is this the final exterior product?
I think I was going to expand the garden.
It's absolutely beautiful. I'm dying to take a look inside. Do you mind if we have a run in? I think what I like most about this house is it's really, really spacious. The amount of space that you have, especially in this corridor here, is really, really nice, and it's got so much potential. Have you got any plans for this corridor?
Not really. I'm like ratting my brains what else to do with it.
Definitely. Interior design is always a challenge, but so far you've done a really, really nice job.
In here we've got an office.
And you've got a really grand fireplace as well. That's really, really nice. It creates a really cozy atmosphere in the building. This is a really, really nice interior. I definitely love the desks and the amount of detail as well in it. It's really, really cool.
This is supposed to be like a radiator type thing, and then that's supposed to be like a fish tank.
Oh, very good. I can definitely see it because of the lines as well. It does look like a radiator. That's really, really cool.
So in here's the living room.
Oh, wow. This is really sweet. Oh, the TV is really cool. That's a really, really cool TV design. And I assume that... Ah, yeah. Again with the fireplace. You love your fireplaces. That's really cool. And you've got yourself a guardrail and everything, and a really nice... TV stand as well.
I'd like to add some more to it, maybe at this back wall here. This is the kitchen. I love this room.
This is beautiful. What inspired you to build the kitchen in this style?
Because I've always wanted a kitchen like in real life with like a little island.
I really, really like the stove detail as well. It looks really good. So have you finished this kitchen, or have you got extra plans for it?
Might just put like something on the wall just to make it look finished.
This looks really, really cool.
Thank you. So if you come in here, this is the garage.
Okay. This is cool. This is really cool. Is this
tried
like
my
a
best.
Range Rover?
I've never built a car before, so
they are very tricky, and it's a four-seater car as well. That's a hard car to pull off because it has to be quite large for it to work. But you smashed it here.
Thank you. So up we go.
What have you got planned for this area?
It's just going to be a landing area. It's
kind of like having couches and bookshelves and all that kind of stuff, like almost like a secondary living room, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. And here will be the bathroom.
Very cool. And I assume in here would be the master bedroom, is it?
In here will be the master bedroom.
It'll definitely be a luxurious bedroom, considering you've got a really nice open balcony and connected to a rather large ensuite. This is a really nice design.
This is just for to get to this balcony.
This is a really nice area. The one thing I love, especially with this, is the kind of L-shaped house that you've got here, with the balcony overseeing the front garden and the front entrance. This could be a really, really nice area for a seating area, just to overlook the front porch and the front entrance. It's definitely really, really nicely designed.
So through here, not sure what this. I think it'll just be a second bedroom.
I love the amount of light that you've got coming in here. And you've got a really nice view of Tech's base over there.
So if we come up here, I was thinking of making this a greenhouse.
We're heading out to the balcony as well. I absolutely love the helicopter there, and it matches brilliantly with the house.
Yeah, I was happy with it. I thought the colours go well with it as well.
It's a really, really nice design. Ambi, I really like this house. What are your ultimate goals for the end of this project? What would you like to see as a final result?
I think just it fully decorated in this section down there.
Do you reckon you'd ever build any more kind of like cars or transport of some sort?
I was thinking of building an actual plane going over.
That would look really cool. Considering you're so close to spawn, do you have any plans of connecting it?
Yes, I do. I have plans of putting a path down, and where this river is, I was going to make it bigger and put my boat that you've seen.
Oh yes, very good. It's almost like a pirate ship.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. Ambi, thank you very much for showing me around your beautiful mansion. It's absolutely fantastic and I cannot wait to see what you do with it in the future. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the next part of the server tour. Is this beautiful base built by BritishLad. In its current state, there are 2 main structures and there are quite a good few crop fields, and there's so much space around the base to build on. If we have a quick fly around, you can see exactly what I mean. There are so many fields and there are so many crops all over the place, and it looks really cool. What he's going for a farm or a kind of a village type base, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. He's going for something that he did last season and it's working out really well. He's just started building this base just about a week ago, so for BritishLad to be able to pull this off in 1 week is really good, and it makes me really excited to see what he's able to do when he's got months and months of time to build onto his base. The first build we're going to have a look at is this little structure here. Now this is a really nice design. There's so much detail in it and the amount of blocks that's used is actually quite intricate. He's got himself coral blocks and cracked stone and andesite, polished andesite. It looks really nice, and there's so many different block variants and so much different colour, but all of that colour just works really well in this build. The second structure that British has got at his base is he's got a beautiful windmill, and he told me that he designed this entirely by himself, and this is a beautiful windmill. I believe he said that this is his first ever attempt at a windmill design, and it's absolutely phenomenal, absolutely beautiful, and again with the same block palette just as over there, it works really nice and it brings the base together absolutely beautifully. Because BritishLad has only just started this base, there's not that much to show at the moment, but he has shared some really interesting plans with me with what he wants to do with the base, so I'm going to share the plans that he has. Coming past the first build, if we head on down this path over here, he has told me that he's got a plan for a campsite, and it's a really nice looking path coming all the way down here. And what he's decided to do is he wants to have tents going around in a circle here and have a lovely campfire in the middle, and that could look really pretty. Flying past the crop fields, he stated that he wants to have a fishing village over in this flat area here. He's kind of marked it off here with 2 ice blocks, and that would look absolutely phenomenal. I mean, look at the amount of space that BritishLad has got available to him, and the potential that this base has got is absolutely brilliant. Flying past the beautiful windmill, if we head on over in this direction here, you can see that there's a mountain here, and BritishLad has shared that once the Caves and Cliffs update comes out, he wants to extend this mountain up into a really high custom made mountain, and I think that would look really nice, and he said he wants to use it as a backdrop to his base, and that would look absolutely fantastic. Coming down here you can see where he's done a little bit of terraforming, and coming down from this pathway here he stated that he wants to build a few more builds around here as well and act as if it's a dock around this section here going along the coastline, and that would look really nice. He wants to build a couple of fishing docks and potentially a couple of boats out here in this large body of water. That could potentially look beautiful. This is all that I can currently show off in BritishLad's base, because he's only started building it, and considering that he's built all of this in just 1 week is absolutely phenomenal, and it has me very excited to see what he can do when he's got months and months of time to prepare and build for the next server tour further down the line. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the next part of the server tour. So the last place on the server that we're going to tour is a base built by Noah, and I've got Noah in the party here with me. How are you doing, dude?
I'm doing good. How are you, my guy?
I am not too bad. Dude, this is the first time I'm ever going to see your base.
Welcome to my base.
Holy sh...
It's pretty crazy.
Oh my god. Dude, this is... I can't even speak.
Thank you.
This is incredible, dude. This is absolutely incredible. I was not expecting this in the slightest. I knew you were going for a Japanese-oriented build, but my goodness me, dude, this is absolutely unbelievable.
Cheers.
I'll be honest with you, I never knew that you had this in you. Like, to be able to build something so magnificent. Your custom islands are on point. That one over there with the with the panda, that island is perfect. That is beautiful, dude. I can't even talk, so I'm going to allow you to talk. What inspired you to build this base?
The Japanese style movies and shows I like to watch inspired me quite a lot, like Kung Fu. Still ask that question again.
What inspired you to do this build? Like, this is absolutely incredible.
I need to compose myself. Okay, I think I'm ready.
Alright.
So, I was inspired by like films and TV shows and anime. Like the panda inspired me by Kung Fu Panda. I can't see you, bro. So there's many films I watch, such as Kung Fu Panda, definitely inspired me on this build, with the panda and the cherry trees, and just the whole theme of it overall.
The amount of detail as well. The bridge, I have to say, I'd say the bridge to the Nether Portal Island is probably one of my favourite features there, and the cherry blossom trees and the huge pagoda or the palace that you've built here as well is absolutely phenomenal. What are your future plans for this place?
To obviously make the interior of this place with like big pillars and like artifacts, and maybe like a big throne, more islands and farms, villages, villager trader everywhere.
Wow, like just coming out of here, I'm walking out the front entrance, and there's just so much going on, like just so much to see with the islands and the trees and the bamboo as well. I really like this section here, the cave going in.
Another bridge here, and that's where it's going to connect to another big island with like farms on.
Well, is this going to be, I suppose my question is this going to be purely an aesthetic base, or are you going to have functional builds in this base as well?
I think I'm going to obviously do definitely functional things, but like put like designs and different buildings themed around it.
This is absolutely incredible. How long did it take you to build this base?
I think 2 weeks.
This is really, really well done, dude. You've absolutely outdone yourself. I'm genuinely speechless. I can't think of a question to ask, because like I honestly I was expecting to do a tour and it last maybe 2 or 3 minutes, but like this is unbelievable, because I've never seen you build like such amazing stuff, or I don't think I've ever seen you build like anything to this type of scale. I just didn't think you had it in you, but this is just blowing me out of the water.
Cheers, man. Yeah, none of this is tutorial either.
And this is all your design.
Spaces. Yeah.
And that concludes the world tour for the Season 7 Krusty Kraft server. I hope you all enjoyed the server tour. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, and if you really enjoyed it, then make sure to subscribe. But I want to thank you all very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take it easy, everybody, and goodbye for now.